Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Techno Talks here. So in today's video, we're going to be checking out the Samsung Galaxy S23 Ultra. So this arrived on my doorstep today and I'm super excited to unbox this. So in front of me today, I do have the Phantom Black version. However, this year we do have 4 colors, which is really nice. Plus we have another 4 exclusive colors with the S23 Ultra. So we have green, Phantom Black, lavender, cream, and then for the exclusives we have graphite, sky blue, lime, and red. I kind of wanted to get the graphite, but I really didn't want to wait for it, so instead I went with the Phantom Black right here. So without further ado, let's go ahead and open this up. So looking at the packaging, I really don't like it. It seems very simple for a phone of this caliber and of this price, and so I wish Samsung did a little more than just add like a little design, add a little sketch of what the phone looks like, but I guess they didn't really do much with the box. So let's go ahead and open this up. We do have 2 parts that we need to cut right here. Boom. And again, the box is still very small since we don't have a charging brick included inside of it. So putting it down, let's move our knife out of the way, and let's go ahead and pull this open. Boom. So here is our S23 Ultra. Before checking the phone out, let's go ahead and check out what we get inside. So on the top portion, we do get this nice little box, which we should have our SIM tool and also a charging cable. And here it is. So here is our SIM ejection tool right there, quick start guide, plus we do have our charging cable, if I can manage to take it out, right here. So it is a USB-C to C cable. And then this year we do have 45 watt fast charging with the S23 Ultra, which is nice to know. So plopping this to the side, let's go ahead and move all this out of the way. All right. And this box right here. Here we have our S23 Ultra. So again, this is the Phantom Black version. And let's go ahead and take it out of the box. We do have this nice cardboard sticker piece on top of it, and so before revealing the phone, let's take a look. Let's go ahead and take it off, and boom, wow, that looks really nice. So the Phantom Black Samsung Galaxy S23 Ultra. I really love how the camera lenses look on this phone, and it's just very stunning and very beautiful. So let's move everything out of the way. Here is the front side. We do get this nice sticker on top, but before removing that, let's go ahead and talk a little bit out of the phone. So on the back, we do have Gorilla Glass Victus 2, and then that's going to be the same for the front display, which is really nice. We still do have a 5,000 milliamp hour battery, just like last year. However, with the new Snapdragon 8 Gen 2, which is actually optimized for for Samsung devices this year because they have an agreement, plus everyone does get the Snapdragon version all across the world, which is good to know for the people that have been getting the inferior Exynos version. So in my opinion, that's a great move by Samsung. And so because of this, we are getting a better chipset from Snapdragon for the Samsung Galaxy devices this year, which is always good to know. And from some of the sneak peeks and some of the videos that I've already watched with the Geekbench scores, it is looking really good. So on the sides, we do have some design changes. It is flatter compared to last year. It doesn't have a larger curve. Still does have the curve. I really do like flat displays. However, I guess the curve does look better in my opinion. But with the flatter sides compared to last year, it is going to feel a lot better in the hand, which I can already tell. We still do have the boxed off design right here with the edges, which I didn't really like as it was pushing into my palm right here. However, with the new sides, which are a little better, it's probably not going to be as bad. And that is actually one of the main reasons that I went ahead and returned my S23 Ultra and went with the S22 Plus. But this year I think I'm going to keep this one right here. So moving on to the front where we have the display, we do have a Quad HD Plus display. So let me go ahead and take the sticker off. Boom, so super satisfying. Again, this is a Quad HD display, and we do get a peak brightness of 1750 nits, so 1750 nits, which is good to know. Maybe not as good as the 14 Pro Max, but you still won't be having any issues with direct sunlight on the display. Again, we also do get 120 Hz refresh rate. It is adaptive, so it does go down all the way to 1 Hz, which will save a lot on the battery, which is always good to know. So that is a look at the phone. Looks really nice in my opinion. We still do have a SIM card slot down here, which is good to know. I am not really loving the iPhone 14 Pro because of that, and so having the SIM card slot on the S23 Ultra is a good factor. So let me go ahead and power this device on, and I will get back to y'all once I am in the setup process. So now that we have the phone powered on right here, let's go ahead and begin the setup process. So for the setup process, what I'm going to be using is going to be my Samsung Galaxy S22 Plus to go ahead and transfer everything so I don't have to deal with re-downloading all the apps, which is a super nice process. So let's go ahead and begin. Alright, we're going to agree to all of this. And we're going to set up using another device. So it copies your accounts, your contacts, your apps, and everything, which is super nice. You can either have a Galaxy or Android device, or you can do it with an iPhone or an iPad, which is nice that we can use a different company's phone to actually go ahead and transfer onto our S23 Ultra. So since I do have a Galaxy device, I'm going to go ahead and click this one right here. We're going to go ahead and scan the QR code, which is going to be done in the camera app. So opening up the camera app, as you can see, we didn't even have to do that. It does automatically send you this notification right here, this pop-up. So set up Galaxy S23 Ultra. Let's go ahead and click set up. Right now they are connecting to each other. Let's go ahead and wait for this. And scan the QR code on your new device. Boom. Now let's go ahead and verify. Go ahead and use my fingerprint. Gonna get it connected to Wi-Fi. Okay, so it's went ahead and scanned the phone, my previous phone, which is the S22 Plus, and it's gonna be making me choose all the apps and data that I want to transfer. So clicking next, allow. We can either transfer wirelessly or use a cable. I am going to be using the cable that came with the phone, the USB-C to C, and the main reason for that is because it's a lot faster compared to the wireless version. So let me go ahead and get these two connected. Alright. And then let's go ahead and click use cable instead. So connect your new Galaxy phone to your old device with a cable. Let's go ahead and do that. Kind of struggling with this right here. Alright, connecting the S23 Ultra, boom, and now the S22 Plus. Now they are connected. Okay, and it's searching for data to transfer. So once this is over, once it searches everything, it'll go ahead and show me which apps and data to transfer. I'm going to go ahead and click everything so I can transfer everything I want, or you can customize it so you can choose not to transfer some of your apps or even all of your apps or some of your photos, some of your messages, and it'll actually show me right now in a second. So if I click next, it'll say select messages to transfer. I'm just going to go ahead and say all, but you can choose last 30 days, last 3 months, last 6 months, last 1 year, 2 years, or again all. So I'm going to go ahead and click all and say transfer. Now it's going to go ahead and transfer all my data. This might take a couple of minutes, but once it's done, it'll be super nice and easy. Your wallpaper, your home screen setup, your app screen setup, it'll be all ready, and it'll be the same as your previous device, which is always good to know. So I'm going to go ahead and click keep screen on so this doesn't turn off, and once this is over, I'll go ahead and get back to you. So the setup process is finally done. It was super easy. All I had to do was just wait for these two to transfer everything, and I was just sitting on my laptop. It did take a couple of minutes, but I did go ahead and wait for it to install everything. So once it does actually transfer all the data, it goes ahead and installs all the apps from the Play Store. So that does take a little while, and it has also given me my home screen layout, which is super nice. So I'm gonna go ahead and click done on here. Go ahead and exit out of there, and as you can see, same home screen layout. All we have to do is just unplug these devices, and it is over. So boom, and get this one unplugged, put these to the side, and voila. So here is our S23 Ultra all set up. This is looking beautiful. I am really loving this device, especially because of the new design with the squared off edges. They're not completely square, but they just feel so much better compared to last year. And again, as I said previously, I am probably going to be keeping the Ultra version this year, as honestly it does feel really nice in the hand. So quickly, let's go ahead and go through our settings. We're going to go ahead and start with some display settings right here, just to show you guys. We do have our dark mode, light mode. For the sake of the video, I'm going to keep it on light mode so you can see better. We have our adaptive brightness. I went ahead and put it on extra brightness, and I will probably put on adaptive brightness later, but for now it is fine. Motion smoothness, it does come with adaptive, and again, this does go all the way down to 1 Hz, so you do save a lot on battery health and battery, the battery life of the phone, which is really nice. And then We also have our eye comfort shield, which I do tend to keep on. It's like True Tone on iPhones, and I keep it on adaptive. Screen mode, obviously it's going to be on vivid. Natural just seems, I guess the colors on vivid are just a lot better. We have our screen resolution, and out of the box it is set to Full HD Plus, and then we do have Quad HD Plus. I will go ahead and keep it on Full HD Plus, as there is a slight difference. However, day-to-day usage, you're not going to notice it a lot, and you're just going to be saving a lot of battery life, which is really nice to know without losing out too much on quality. I would not recommend putting it on HD Plus. You can definitely tell when it's on HD that it just looks really bad. But again, Full HD Plus is probably the best setting that you're going to have when you want to save your battery. Screen timeout, obviously 10 minutes. I turn it off myself. We have our navigation bar and all that. Screensaver, show charging information. So let's go ahead and exit out of there. Next up, let's go ahead and set up our lock screen. So not our lock screen, let me go ahead and find it. So security and privacy. All right, screen lock. So let's go ahead and set up our screen lock. I'll go ahead and show you guys the face unlock and also the fingerprint sensor real quick. So I'm gonna go ahead and set up a pin real quick once we get that set up. All right, putting the pin in right now. And we can also set up our lock screen notifications, so hide content, show content. I'll just keep it on hide for now, as once you do unlock it, it does go ahead and show you everything. So clicking done on here, turn on remote unlock. Your PIN, pattern, or password will be securely stored by Samsung. This allows you to unlock your phone in case you forget your unlock method. So I'm going to go ahead and turn this on real quick. And now let's go ahead and turn on our fingerprint. So putting my PIN in. Let's go ahead and set up our fingerprint sensor. It is a little larger, just like last year, and so you have a lot more space. Start registering it. All right. So if you do notice, it is moving around a little bit, which is really nice. It basically tells us that there is more than one place that you can place your fingerprint and your finger, and it is super fast and nice. With my S22 Plus, I never had issues with the fingerprint, since the way that you do it on Samsung is a lot better than the one where you shine light. In my opinion, it works a lot better, like compared to my Pixel 7 Pro. I do have a lot of issues with it, and so boom. So that is our fingerprint unlock. So showing that off real quick, let's go ahead and turn off the phone, and it works perfectly fine. As you can see, super fast and super simple to do. So if we go back to our fingerprints, let's go ahead and add our face. So let's go back one more. Face unlock. All right, face recognition. Register your face. Go ahead and put in my PIN one more time. Continue. And boom. So it is a 2D face scan. It is not as secure as the ones on the iPhones. So I wouldn't recommend using it too much, but so far I've never had any issues. It is pretty nice. The software does work really well. So you usually don't have any issues with it. It probably won't get hacked. And then you do have some extra settings for this, so require open eyes, so nobody can access it without your eyes open, which is good to know. Which they did add this after some software updates, which this wasn't available when it was first, I guess, put out with the S10 Plus. We also do have alternative appearance to enhance recognition. I'll do that later, but let me go ahead and show you the face unlock. So super fast and simple. So overall, really nice features, which I am really loving. So now let's go ahead and go back. Let's go and see, do we have anything else? Doesn't seem like it. So going out, let's go ahead and talk about the cameras. So on the back right here, we do have our 4 cameras. We have our ultra wide, wide, and then we have our telephoto. We have 2 telephotos, so we have our 3 times and our 10 times. And then these are going to be 10 megapixels. We do have a wide angle camera, which this year we newly have the 200 megapixels, and then we also do have our normal ultra-wide camera, which is 12 megapixels. We are able to shoot at 50 megapixels as well, which is always good to know. And our selfie camera has actually been downgraded in the sense of megapixels. So last year with the S22 Ultra, it was 40 megapixels. This year it is 12 megapixels, but again, megapixel count isn't the only thing that's going to matter here. It is what the software that they use. And so the photos, from what I've seen as of right now, they are looking crisp and clean, and they are actually a little better than last year's. So going into our camera app, let's go ahead and check out some of our settings. Again, I'm going to go ahead and show you that we do have 200 megapixel mode, And then we also do have our 50 megapixel mode. There was a detail enhancer previously, however they have removed that. I guess it just does it automatically. Usually you're going to want to head and take your photos in the normal 12 megapixel mode, and the reason for that is because it does take up a lot of size. But if you do want some detailed shots and you don't want to take too much time with it, as the shutter speed is a little slower on the 50 and 200 megapixels, which I'll go ahead and show you right away. That is the 50 megapixel. And if we do go into the 200 megapixel, that takes even longer. So unless it is a still shot, I wouldn't recommend using it, and unless you really need the details, don't use it, as it does take up a lot more storage. Going into video, this year we finally have real 8K, and the reason for that is because we have 8K 30 frames and it does not crop in as much as before. The one previously that was on my S22 Plus or the S22 Ultra and the S21 Ultra was basically unusable. You really couldn't use it unless you had perfect stabilization and you had perfect lighting, which wasn't the best in my opinion, so I never used it. But this year I will probably do some tests with it. And then we also do get our normal 4K 60 30 and then full HD 60 30 plus our HD 30 frames. I will go ahead and keep it on 4K 60 frames per second, which is what I usually do. And then if we do go ahead and turn around the camera where you can see yourself right now, we do have our 4K 60 frames per second, which is good to know. So we can also put this in 1:1 or a full mode, which I will go ahead and keep it on 9:16 and flip the camera back around. This year with the camera, we do have one more upgrade, and that is going to be the astrophotography. It is a little harder to access. I believe you have to go into night mode. Actually, you have to go into, let's go into hyperlapse, and then up top there is astrophotography, which you can allow so good speed for recording the movement of stars. And then you have a whole bunch of settings right here. You can actually put this on ultra high resolution, which is always good to know, and you can also set the timer, which is good to know as well. So it is a little harder to access. I wish they just had a setting there. However, all you got to do is go into more, hyperlapse, and it is up top. But you will be needing a tripod for this so you can have some stable shots. Overall, that is basically around it for the camera upgrades. We also do have our portrait video, which is a lot better this year. We do have Ultra HD, so we have 4K quality, which is good to know, and it does definitely work a lot better. And then we do have something similar to action mode. The stabilization on this is a lot better compared to last year, plus it does look a lot cleaner. So overall, my first impressions of this device are pretty great. And again, it is definitely a really nice device. If you are planning on upgrading from an S22 Ultra, you really don't need to. There isn't too much. It's not too significant. It is still really nice. Design-wise, not too many changes. However, internally, we do have a lot of changes, which are for the benefit of the device. It is the Geekbench scores that I've seen are a lot better compared to last year, but day-to-day usage, you probably won't need to upgrade. So for the S23 Ultra, that'll basically wrap it up for this video. Again, I will also have videos for the S22 and the S23 and the S23 Plus, so you can check those out once this video is released. So if you did enjoy this video, make sure to like and subscribe, and see y'all in the next one.